And we're back. MMA Lock Talk, episode 38. Happy November, folks. It is November 1st. Been about a week since I was able to step into the booth here and talk some MMA Lock Talk with you guys. Not gonna lie, it's been a bit of a strain on my voice and my vocal cords to drop as much content as I have been doing over the last couple months. So might tone it a tad bit back with the MMA Lockcast. Maybe look to do it once or twice a week. Maybe Mondays and Tuesdays. Yesterday, I was literally just about to sit down to record the MMA Lockcast, and then I realized it was 3:30. I'm like, you know what? Let me get the Lockcast out. I'll let that drop that because I know that's the most important thing. That's what everybody wants to hear is my thoughts on the upcoming UFC event. So I recorded that and I was like, you know what? Let me give the voice a bit of a rest. And I just sat back and just chilled today. Like did some studying, did some tape index updates, edited the podcast, dropped that as well for you guys. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you guys check out the MMA Lockcast, which dropped yesterday. Yeah, a lot has happened. Well, not a lot, but like just small things have happened over the last week or so, at least since the last time I got to speak to you guys in this format. Well, literally just before starting the podcast, I fucking shredded open my elbow here. I was like taking my earbud out and thinking that I had enough clearance space between myself and the door frame. I just kept walking and I fucking clipped my elbow right on the door frame. It hurts. It was pretty deep. I managed to clean it a bit. I'm just letting it air out. But like, god damn, that hurt. Now, something that happened that hurt even more over the last couple of days. I'll quickly talk about that, and then we'll get into the Amanda Lemos debacle that's going on today. But a couple of days ago, I don't know why I didn't share as soon as it happened, but I was in shock. It's been a long time since I've been in like legit shock, and I don't just mean like Kamaru Usman getting knocked out by Leon Edwards in round 5, right? Like not that type of shock. That's an entertainment shock, like bittersweet shock, because I obviously lost a good chunk of money that night because of that bet. But the shock was I accidentally spilled 80% of a full cup of water on my laptop, like right onto the fucking keyboard, like right onto the keyboard. I don't know what I think. Me and the wife went for a walk in session and take Alfred for a walk, and then when we got back, I wanted to put my phone on charge, and my charger is right here as well. And I don't know, like stupid me just blanked out for a second and I accidentally knocked over my glass of water that I had left there a couple hours prior. And literally the whole thing went on top of the laptop keyboard. Like the laptop was open and it created a pool on top. And I just like, what the fuck? I quickly grabbed it and I tried just flipping it over to get most of the water off. The wife went to run and grab like towels and shit, and then we just wiped the top of it. And then I uh I turned it over and I just kept it like upside down on a chair with a towel under it. And the wife even like blow dried it as well, which was fucking wild. But she grabbed the blow dryer, she's blow drying it sitting there, and I'm just standing there looking at the laptop in absolute disbelief. Like I have some stuff saved on the cloud and all that stuff, but like I just have everything set up perfectly on my laptop in terms of getting my studying done, in terms of getting my tape index done. Like there's a lot of files and things that I put all over the place on my laptop, and it's kind of just like, okay, I'm sitting down to do a tape index update. All right, I know what I got to do, where I got to go, which files I got to open, which folders I got to go into, all that shit. And all that was just flashing before my eyes. I'm like, oh my god! Like even like the template that I have for my MMA Lockcast episodes, I was in utter disbelief. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening to me right now, and it literally got me to the point that I wanted to puke. Like, I went to the washroom, I went over the toilet, and I felt myself dry heave because I was so scared of all the shit that I was likely gonna lose. Like, again, I told you guys, I have a good chunk of it saved in my, I believe it's iCloud or Google Drive, whatever the fuck it is, and, but it's just, you don't wanna lose a laptop. So me and the wife just started watching Everybody Loves Raymond. That's something that we're into right now. So we just watched like 2 or 3 episodes of that. My brain was still on the laptop. And then finally I'm like, okay, after this episode, I'm gonna I'm gonna sorry, I just saw a comment from and that just made me laugh. Um I'm gonna go to my laptop, I'm gonna turn it on. Let's see how this fucking goes. And turns on, no issues whatsoever. I start typing, no issues whatsoever. I open up a fucking word pad and I literally press every single key. Everything, using it like I would normally do. But first, I wanted to make sure every key worked. Every key fucking worked. And I was like, I still was, I didn't feel like I was completely out of the woods yet because I thought that, um, because I thought maybe it was just waiting to settle in. Maybe if I just wait like 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever was getting damaged is now going to be completely damaged and I won't be able to get my shit back. So, like, a couple days have passed by now. I think it's been like, I got to say, it's been 4 or 5 days now to this point, and everything's still working well. You know what I mean? Charger's working. My imports are working. My fucking USB thing is working. Everything is working as normal. But holy shit, I have never been more petrified in my life since, I don't know, maybe the first ever car crash that I got into or something like that. Crazy, 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 crazy. This happened to my wife maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago when we lived at the condo there, and she dropped chocolate milk on it. Chocolate fucking milk. That seeped in right away, and her laptop was donezo after that. But luckily, mine was just water, nothing extra, and thank God. As I'm saying this, I have a big jug of water sitting beside my laptop. Like, I have my temporary thing here, but apparently my wife ordered me some sort of like cup holder thing that I can put on the side here. I'm looking to get something like that, something small that I can put on the side here to like put on as a table. But like, I don't want to put it onto the table that my mic is hooked up to because it still might knock it over. So if I get another smaller table here that I can just put it on top of, that would probably be best. And then I can't do anything on my left side. My left side, Alfred's there. Alfred is always chilling on my left side. Just know that whenever you guys are watching this, Alfred is chilling to my left. He might he he might bark when the doorbell goes off or something like that, but he's by my side pretty much every time I record. I'm like putting it on the back end. So even if it does spill, it's like over the top, whatever the fuck. I'm not that dumb though. I mean, I can't. It happened to me once. It won't happen again. Will never happen again. All right, let's see what the quick live chat is saying. Let me catch up with it real quick, and then we'll get into the whole Amanda Lemos debacle that's been happening today. Tristan Sherhouse in the chat. Appreciate my guys stopping by as always. Sean Bitter in the chat. My brother, my heart is with you. I hope your family and everybody is all good, my friend. I'm so happy to see the community, come out and support and help you guys out the way that they did. That's how much you mean to the community, my friend. We love you. We honestly love you. Keep doing your fucking thing. And before you know it, you're going to be killing the game. You are already killing the game, but you're going to get to another level by continuing that commitment and that passion that you have. We love you, my friend. All right, let's get back to the MMA talk here. What's up, man? Thoughts on the Bonfim McKinney fight? Surprised McKinney is taking that. If I'm not mistaken, it's also in Brazil, Bonfim's backyard. I think Bonfim is a horrible matchup for him. The funny thing is, Sean, I don't even recall which Bonfim brother took the fight. Is it Gabriel or is it? Let me pull it up here. Ismael Bonfim. So Ismael is, not the I don't want to call him the shittier brother, but like he is the less talented brother of the two, if I'm not mistaken. But still very talented nonetheless, and should be able to beat a guy like Terrence McKinney. So yeah, Bomb theme all day. Very much looking forward to seeing what the odds are there. Aaron in the chat, appreciate the love and reminding you guys to drop a like. My guy Amin in the chat, appreciate him stopping by as well. Noel Murphy saying, "Sup, Lock man, that sounds stressful. Trust me, it was fucked. It was all fucked." I'm gonna save that comment. Amin said, "Next time I see you, I'll help you set up auto syncing for your laptop. We'll make sure this doesn't happen again." That would be great. I would love to do that so I don't have that type of stress. But even the stress of having to buy another fucking laptop, insane. Shayway says that's the reason I never put drinks next to the computers. That is true. Glad everything is okay. Yes, sir. I've been saying get a beer helmet and then put water into it. That'll be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Noel Murphy saying I've been on an absolute steamer the last 2 months. This weekend just sucks though. I have a unit on D-Rod just to have some action. After this weekend, the cards are far again. I have a lot of units on it. Dude, unfortunately for you, I'm on the Neo Magni side this weekend. So I apologize for that. So yeah, no, I've been killing it as well. I know you guys have been following me for a while. And know the run that I've been on since April. Things have been phenomenal. Things have been great. Can't be mad at all. But yeah, looking forward to the schedule that we got coming up. So obviously this weekend's card, Lemos versus Rodriguez. The next weekend's card is 281. We're back to the pay-per-views. It seems like it was just last week that we had a pay-per-view, but next week is a pay-per-view as well. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. A fucking amazing fight. I cannot wait to see that one going down. Yeah, big stakes in that matchup. Can Israel Adesanya exercise his demons by defeating the man who has already defeated him twice in a different combat sport? Or will Alex Pereira reign supreme once again? Oof. We shall see. Can't wait. Shamir is saying, much love, man. The MMA community is the best. Yes, they are. They are the best at times, and then they are the worst at times. I'm glad when something like that happens that we can all come together and support one another as well. Shout out to you, my brother. Let me, here's a question for you. Again, if you're still in the chat here, who is the prospect that you're looking forward to that has this fight scheduled in the next month or so? Like, who is the guy that you're looking at? Like, let me check it out. I'm excited about this guy. Let me know who that is. MMA Jesus saying bomb funeral all day. Was that sarcastic? No, I'm not a big Terrence McKinney fan. Like, yes, he has first round finishes and all that, but like outside of that, the guy is a dead man walking. And I feel like a guy who as talented as Gabriel or no, sorry, Ishmael, a guy as talented as him, he should be able to survive that early onslaught. And then after that, he should be able to take over. So I'd be interested to see the odds though. That's the main thing, right? Let's see what the odds are. Then we'll make a final decision. But a straight up early lean prediction, I'm gonna go Bone Theme. Space Zombie one in the chat saying Alhamdulillah. I'm not even gonna be able to say it. I don't know how to say Alhamdulillah. He's fucking butchering it there himself. Appreciate the love, my friend. Tristan saying early lean on Kinoshita versus Fugit. Is Fugit if Fugit is a dog, you like pre-tape? It depends on how big of a dog. Like if he's plus 300, then okay. But I'm pretty big on this Kinoshita kid. He's fun. He's entertaining. He's skilled. That's why betting on fights is all odds dependent. Like if you're giving me pick 'em odds or minus 150 on Kinoshita, I'd probably take Kinoshita. Maybe even minus 200, I'd probably take a shot on him. Pre-tape, of course, right? Let me run the tape first and then make a final decision. But yeah, Fugit is a dog. Plus 300, you'd have to like his chances there. MMA Jesus saying a lot of people see Magni D-Rod as 50-50. So why is Magni by decision plus 115 and D-Rod by decision plus 225? Is D-Rod really that much more likely to get a finish than Magni? Well, the thing to look at would be compare. Well, yes, I would say Magni is more likely to win a decision than D-Rod. But compare the actual props for the fighter themselves. So what I mean is Daniel Rodriguez by KO is plus 350. Daniel Rodriguez by submission plus 800. Rodriguez by decision plus 225. Rodriguez inside the distance is plus 230. So it's pretty much They're saying, all right, pick inside the distance or decision. It's likely he wins by either way just as much, right? Like that's pretty much what they're saying there. If you are to pick a specific um win condition on Rodriguez, right? Plus 225, plus 230. There's no difference there. Yes, if Neil Magny wins, like look at his KO price, plus 1200. Magny to win by decision, or sorry, submission, plus 1400. Magny to win by decision, plus 120. That is the most likely outcome that a lot of people believe. And even with Magny themselves, right? That's why there's not a big price difference between his money line, which is minus 115, and his actual decision prop, which again, plus 115, plus 120. Not that many points off. So there you go. Noel Murphy saying, you've been crushing it, brother. Lock the night, Clinton, Dogger Pass, so much watches for any sports gamblers. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the love, my friend. Tristan saying, got to feel for Jilton. He can't find a dance partner if his life depends on it. I know it's a bummer that we are not able to see him inside the cage. I feel like he's been matched up with Griffin before, or sorry, not Griffin, Grishin before. And he's obviously been matched up with Shamil a couple times. Now they're rescheduling the Shamil matchup. And that's what we're getting. First event of 2023, January 14th. So hopefully Shamil makes the date. Aaron saying, are you sold on Rodriguez? I think Magny can eke out a decision, but Magny has miles on him and might be on his way out, in my opinion. Rodriguez is not that much younger than Magny, if I'm not mistaken, right? I believe, let me just quickly check here. I think they might be the same age. I remember seeing that Rodriguez is kind of up there as well. Yeah, they're both 35 years old. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, they're both 35. D-Route will actually be 36 at the end of the month or at the end of the year. So, yeah, I don't know. Magny is always live, right? If you always give me a price tag like this on him, I'm going to take the shot. The guy's reliable. He's not fighting a grappler here. That seems to be his kryptonite, is when guys can grapple him into the mat. I like him here. MMA Jesus saying, thoughts on Jay Perron, who gave Arichi Lang a good fight, being plus 225 to a largely unknown, unproven 18-year-old. Perron is a grappler himself, right? So, like, I guess he has a shot in this, man. But that Raul Rosas Jr. kid, he looks good. I'm not going to bet on him. I'm going to sit back and watch that as a fan and as a a long-term gambler, a guy that will likely have a play on either guy moving forward. I bet on Jay Perron as an underdog against Arichi Lang. Obviously didn't play out to my analysis, but like it's not like they're giving Raul Rosas Jr. Another grappler, or sorry, another striker, right? If they give him a striker, we know that he's just going to maul him, take him to the ground, do what he needs to. With Jay Perron, it might just gotta block a troll in here real quick. My bad. Yeah, if this hits the ground, which it likely will, Perron could make it competitive. Maybe. I don't know. Like at plus 225, you're making me think, but I just don't know if I'll take the shot myself yet. Probably need somebody a little bit more reliable than him. Noel Murphy's saying Magny has been finished in 8 of his 9 losses. That is correct, but I believe the majority of those come on the mat, if I'm not mistaken. That's not something Daniel Rodriguez normally looks to do, and even if he does, I don't think he'll be that successful in doing it. Let's see. He's been subbed in 5 fights, knocked out in 2. He got knocked out by Ponzinibbio after a 3.5 round war where Ponzinibbio just destroyed his legs. If you guys haven't seen that fight, go back and watch that. It was in altitude or at altitude, and Ponzinibbio was just starching his leg from the jump. And then, like, by the 4th round, he could barely walk, and he got walked onto a shot and got knocked out. Good win for Pons there. Lorenz Larkin finished him with elbows. I barely recall that. That was actually Diaz McGregor 2 way back in August 2016. But yeah, the majority of his losses coming when guys can get him to the ground. Can Rodriguez knock him out? Maybe. But I like my chances with his style against this type of guy. Noah saying D-Rod never been finished. That is true. Pradeep letting him know he's Indian, not Middle Eastern, specifically Punjabi, Indo-Canadian, if you want to call it that. The MMA Jesus saying, yeah, to be fair, Magny has been dropped bad recently, and D-Rod can't just fight behind a jab this fight. He has to get inside and can maybe land some hard shots once he does. Magny got dropped once, and that was by Max Griffin. Once. Let's not throw it out on him now. I still think he has enough to compete with guys of the level of D-Rod. Aiden Smo saying Riddell dog shot next week. I actually lean Hanato Moicano, honestly. What are the odds there? 281. Also, odds seem to just drop for the November 19th card. I'll go over that near the back end of the show, give you guys my quick pre-taped thoughts on that. In terms of 281, why is it not showing this? Oh, there it is. Best fight odds is so fucked. I'm going to say it every single time. Like, they have this UFC 281 card under UFC and then December 31st. What are the odds there? Moicano is only minus 120, so it's not like it's a big underdog shot on Brad Riddell. I kind of lean Hanato Moicano at those odds as well. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, Nathan. Even though it's on the opposite of what you think. Sean Bitter saying, "How high are you?" Pretty. No, I'm joking. How high are you on Yasmin Yadagui? I think she smokes Estela Nunez personally. I'm right there with you. Very much looking forward to seeing what the odds are there as well. But yeah, I share those same sentiments. Is that fight is soon, right? Pretty sure that's soon. By the way, I do lean Yadagui there, and I feel like she's a girl that has top 10 potential. Shay Wei saying thoughts on Ramona Pascual's fight. I think she wins. This Vidal chick doesn't really leave much, to be like, oh my God, I trust this woman at minus 155. She has a big right hand with her striking, not much else. She kicks a little bit. That's about it. She wants to get fights to the ground, but I don't think she's really faced opposition, or at least when she's faced opposition that could likely replicate what Ramona will be able to replicate. She hasn't really looked that good, right? Yes, she's like 6-1 or 7-1 or something like that. Her only loss coming to now, top ranked bantamweight Carol Hosa. She has a win over Eileen Perez, which was a DQ win. She was losing that fight, and then her last fight, she's getting touched up for a round and a half before she finally decides to take the fight to the ground. And again, like, I feel like that takedown that she landed was very half-assed. Her opponent was pretty much a boxer. I don't know. I like Pascual at the dog odds. She opened plus 200 and now sits around plus 135. She'll let you know where the sharp action is going there. Aiden Smo saying, we'll never forget when Grant almost finished D-Rod. Yes, a lot of people forget about that. That was a wild fight. No, I was saying I'm all over Riddell already. 2 units of money is crazy. Wow. I don't know, man. I think Moicano could do some damage here. Sean Bear saying, I like your shot on Pascual. She isn't good, but Vidal is just bad. Don't understand the signing. Yeah. She is not good. And the fact that we're getting plus money on Pascual here, got to take it. A lot of recency bias going into this one. People not really sold on Pascual because she's on a 2-fight losing streak, but not with Vidal. Vidal is not the one. Street Guru saying best fight odds has reference point for Derek Lewis plus 170 against Spivak. Do you agree with that line? I guess, Spivak does have more paths to victory here. Can he be touched and starched? Yes. That's always live in any Derek Lewis matchup. If you're betting Derek, probably bet him by knockout. That's probably the best number that you're going to get. But I think that Spivak grounds him, roughs him up. I don't want action on either side, though. But Deep saying, yes, Punjabi, anything. I know you did. I know you did. You're just chirping at these other ignorant dum-dums out there. Appreciate the love, my friend. MMA Jesus saying biggest issue with betting Magny is he looks like he could possibly be slowing down and aging out. But if that's not really a thing here, then I do like him in this fight. And D-Rod has his own red flags. I really think it's going to be the volume and just the style of Magny, man. Like I don't believe the slowing down and aging out. Like he lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov last time around. He's on a 2-fight winning streak over Jeff Neal and Max Griffin. And yes, Max Griffin dropped him in the first round, but what did he do? Like a fucking veteran, went out there and still won round 2 and 3 on enough judges' scorecards to get the decision that night. The only guys that are beating him are guys with significant striking advantages over him, like Santiago Ponzinibbio, I think is a much better, like, disciplined technical striker. Lorenz Larkin as well, or guys with grappling advantages over him. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Michael Chiesa, Rafael Dos Anjos, Damian Maia. Like those are the guys beating him. Daniel Rodriguez fits the mold of Anthony Rocco Martin. He fits the mold of a Li Jingliang, a Carlos Condit, a Jeff Neal, a Max Griffin. This is a guy that Neil Magny should beat. If he loses this matchup, I will lose having this much confidence in Neil Magny moving forward, because then I might believe what you're saying in terms of maybe he is starting to slow down. But it depends on his performance. As of right now, though, I still think he's in the shape and part of his career where he can be guys like Daniel Rodriguez. MMA Jesus saying a healthy Darren Till can snipe a wild Duplessis and should be fine against the wrestling/grappling of a guy like Duplessis, who isn't an amazing wrestler or control guy. I still lean Darren Till. Myself. Or sorry, not Darren Till. My bad. Goddamn. I'm leaning Dricus Duplessis. Am I playing him as a favorite, though? Probably not. I mean, if Darren Till is on and he can stick his jab out there and just be mobile and stay away from the big shots of Dricus, okay. But I don't believe that enough until we see him go in there and actually fucking fight and prove a point. That performance against Derek Brunson, absolute horseshit. I lost a lot of respect for Darren Till after that matchup. Apparently, he went in injured as well, but still. Robot Chicken Wings saying a healthy Darren Till still ain't it. He's overrated. I think so as well. Sean Bitter saying I'm not as sold on Dawson than others are. I can easily see Madsen being able to win 2 of 3 rounds. Wow. Interesting. I did take a small shot on Dawson parlayed with something else on the card. Again, younger, more athletic. I think he has a better pure jiu-jitsu game. I think his striking probably fares well here. I don't know. I didn't make him a lock of the night play by any means, but I don't mind taking a parlay shot on him here. Making him a parlay piece and taking him a shot. Robot Chicken Wings in the chat. Appreciate the love. Drop that like if you guys haven't already. Aiden Samosing. Feel like Dawson will show Madsen levels to MMA. Could be that as well. And this is the last shot for Madsen too, right? Any loss here will likely be the end of his MMA career. He's 38 years old, if I'm not mistaken. The guy's getting up there in age. He's not going to get any better. I respect that he's staying active, but we shall see. All right, let me just quickly touch upon the Amanda Lemos thing, since that is my fucking thumbnail today. Let me pull up. See, there must be an article already written about it. All right, well, here it is. Per Guillermo Cruz. Hopefully I said that properly. Given Brazil's turmoil right now, Brazil judge orders police to clear roadblocks by pro-Bolsonaro truckers. Apparently, one of their Donald Trump of Brazil pretty much is no longer in office, and there's some sort of, I don't want to call it insurgency, but there's a huge protest going on, and Guilherme Cruz quote tweets that and says all this chaos in Brazil has affected UFC Vegas 64 headliner Amanda Lemos, who faces Marina Rodriguez this Saturday. Lemos told me she had her flight to Las Vegas canceled and still hasn't left Sao Paulo. Lemos hopes to leave Brazil at 11 p.m. tonight. Oh, wow. This is another one that I didn't even see. Poliana Viana and Tamiris Vidal also stuck in Sao Paulo, I'm told. They are scheduled to fight Jinyu Fry and Ramona Pascual in the undercard of UFC Vegas 64. So we might lose two matchups. We might lose two matchups if they're not able to get to Vegas on time. Take into consideration, they have to cut weight. They have to get acclimated again to the whole Las Vegas thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up losing, one of them, especially if they're not able to get there, on a flight tonight. So keep your eyes peeled. Let's see how it goes. But fingers crossed that we don't lose those fights, because I have bets in both those fights. Actually, maybe all three of them. The main event, Vidal Pascual, and then Vienna Fry. All right, let's get back into the comments section here. Corey Ipo saying Vienna Frey is going to be major forearm cardio for me. You fucking savage. Sean said, do you see the Jack Della Danny Roberts being pointless? Della needs a tougher fight, although Roberts is going to bring it. I think that this is a good experience thing for him, right? Let him go in there and fight against another, technically speaking, solid striker and a good opponent. Will he win? Yes, he'll likely win this. He's better durably, way better striking, in my opinion. Way more aggressive. So I lean Jack Della there. I don't see it as being pointless, especially with Jack being as active as he is. Let the guy get in there, let him get some cage time. But obviously, a lot of people expect him to have top 10 to top 15 potential, myself included. I don't mind him getting this experience. Let's get him in there as much as we can. Street Guru saying, thoughts on Johnson versus Zumagulov? I think Johnson is free money. I'm leaning Johnson as well, my friend. Have the odds dropped for that one? Yes, this is on the November 19th card. Charles Johnson, minus 175. Not bad. You know what? Since we're already on the odds here, let me just quickly give my thoughts on the opening odds here. As somebody said earlier, Sergey Spivak, minus 200. You know what? Let me just share the screen with you guys again. That always helps. Nope, not that one. Chrome tab. Here we go. All right, let's check these odds out. For this is UFC Vegas 65, which is November 19th. Odds just dropping now. So minus 200 on Sergey Spivak. Makes sense. Opened up as a pick'em and got immediately steamed to minus 200. Makes sense. Jack Della Maddalena now sitting at minus 425. Opened up at minus 335. So obvious chalk there, as you'd expect. Charles Johnson, like we said earlier, minus 175. I don't mind that line at all. I like that line. Jack Shore versus Kyler Phillips. Now, I thought this fight was canceled. Shore moving up to featherweight. Kyler Phillips is a bantamweight, is he not? Yeah, he's a bantamweight. So I believe that fight is actually canceled. It's still on Tapology's page, but on especially on Big Marcel's big spreadsheet that he has, it says Kyler Phillips versus TBD. So they're trying to find a fill in for Phillips, but Jack Shore is not fighting, so don't even bother looking at those odds. But I must say, the fact that he opened up in plus 130 and is a minus 115, pick him right now, Jack Shore. That is, I would have loved that line on Jack Shore. Marina Moreau is minus 180 against Jennifer Maia. Might be a little bit wide. Might be some recency bias there. Minus 155 on Rodolfo Vieira over Cody Brundage. I don't mind that. Natalia Silva, the return of Natalia Silva. She comes in at minus 200. She opened up plus 100. She is now a minus 200 favorite. A lot of love for her there. I don't remember much about her at all other than she beat Jasmine Jasdovicius as an underdog. So let's see if there is maybe some market overcorrection there. but interested to see her line there. Maria Oliveira minus 130 against Vanessa Demopoulos. That looks like a damn good line. Opened up minus 150 and has been bet down to minus 130. Muslim Salikov minus 145 to Andre Fialho. I think that this might be the spot to maybe take an underdog shot on Fialho. Salikov, better striker, but I think he is starting to slow down, and Fialho will likely be able to land that big shot and get him out of there, similar to what Li Jingliang was able to do. Marcin Prachnio minus 150 against William Knight. Doesn't seem like a too bad of a spot. Always fading William Knight seems to be a good thing. Brady Highstand coming in as a minus 155 favorite over Fernie Garcia. I don't mind that. I'm not a big Fernie Garcia guy, and Brady Highstand, very solid wrestling game from what I remember. Minus 175 on Jose Johnson over Vince Morales. Sign me up. Ricky Tercios minus 185 against Kevin Natividad. Maybe plus 160 on Natividad wouldn't be a bad spot to jump in on. And then lastly, Kennedy and Zetsuku opened up as a pick'em, now sits at minus 180 against Iwan Kutelaba, who just really can't get anything going at this point in time. I will say about that matchup though, if Iwan can pull from what Nikolai Negomariano was able to do, and I believe they're fellow countrymen. Obviously, they don't train together. Kutelaba training out of Extreme Couture. Kutelaba could pull that one out. He could pull that one out. Grappling, grinding. Kennedy, not a big one-punch knockout power kind of guy or a real submission threat. Might not be a bad spot to jump in on Iwan Kutelaba. Robot Chicken Wings saying, let's be honest, Madsen has been barely winning. His time is coming. Solid performance against Vince Pichel. Performed much better than I expected too. So good win for him there. But this Dawson fight might not be the one for him. Aiden Smosing, I'm confused. Jack Shore's scheduled for a bantamweight fight against Kyler. Suarez saw a post saying he was moving up to featherweight. Yes, so that is true. He is moving up to featherweight. The fight against Kyler Phillips is off. Shayway saying opposition closing roads in Brazil. Crazy. Noel Murphy saying Span as almost a 2-1 dog versus Reyes is interesting too, in my opinion. Yeah, Reyes is coming off in a pretty extended layoff, right? If this was him fresh, if this was him just fighting a couple months ago and not getting knocked silly like he did against Yuri Prohaska, I'd probably be comfortable with minus 200. But you got to wonder what ring rust or anything like that could look like for Reyes, especially after coming back after so long. So I don't mind a dog shot on Span. I likely might not do it myself, but I don't know. We got to see. Jaden saying, I think Reyes comes back better than we expect. I would rather just sit back with no money on it and see how it goes. I hope so, because, poor guy, from the whole John Jones fight, everything has just gone downhill. Sean Bitter saying Cage Warriors and LFA are fun this week. I see a lot of good betting spots as well. Shout out to those guys. Let me see if I recognize any names on these Cage Warriors and LFA card. Jordan Vucinic sounds familiar. Steve Amable, Luke Shanks. Lee Chadwick plus 225. That guy's always a big one. Oh, he's fighting Modestas Bukowskis, who's minus 275 right now. How about LFA? Oh, this is LFA Brazil. It's all Brazilian fighters. So anybody I recognize? No names that I recognize. Maybe that Rangel Desa guy. I feel like he fought Bonfim recently. Jaden thinks Reyes took enough time off. True. We'll see. Aiden Smosing Madsen is King Leon prayer. Is he though? He's working on his striking game. Come on, let's give him some respect. Corey is saying Kutalaba, Moldovan, Negomarian is Romanian. Okay, I completely butchered that. Aren't their flags like the same though? Are their flags not the same? Come on. Romania. It's like dark blue, yellow, and red. And then Moldova. Dark blue, yellow, and red with the fucking crest in the middle. Come on! Cut me some slack. It's the same shit. I know it's not, but you know what I mean. Uh, Jake Noacker saying minus 10 units last week. Yes, I'm still alive. Oh no. What did you lose so heavily on? I cashed. Aiden saying, honestly, don't even mind Dawson by KO at plus 900. That is a wild line. Uh, I'm thinking like round 3 slash decision. Aiden Smo saying Cage Warriors card is fire. Sean Miller saying Jordan already beat Hughes, so I think that should be a good stab. Also, Josh Reed isn't losing his fight, and he's a plus 200 underdog. Josh Reed. Who's Josh Reed fighting? Josh Reed is fighting Ryan Shelley. Interesting. So on Bet Online, he opened up as a plus 375 underdog and is now down to plus 160. Wow. On Bet Online. And then he said Jordan has already beaten Hughes, so maybe a pick and price is not that bad. Maybe I'll throw a little bit of shekels on these fights. Blindly tell you, Sean. We'll see. Jake saying Reyes should smoke Span, I assume. And if Dawson can avoid the wrestle fuck, I like his odds. Maybe he ends up wrestle fucking. Who knows? Andrew saying Moldova is pretty much Romania. Andrew says Moldova main language is Romanian and some Russian. Most of the Moldovan UFC fighters are from the Russian side of Moldova. Interesting. There's your geography lesson of the day, folks. Appreciate that, Andrew. I hope that's true. Jake Noacker saying I went one of 9 on bets. Horrible night. Didn't go too heavy on anything. Yuck. You shall bounce back this week, my friend. Sean saying also Felipe Dos Santos at plus 155 on LFA is a steal. Felipe Dos Santos is fighting Hugo Paiva. Is that man somehow related to Julian Paiva? Or am I just being, it's not racist, it's nationalist? Countryist? What's the term, guys? I'm hating on a specific country, stereotyping them. I'm just gonna say I'm stereotyping Brazilians. Whatever the fuck. Aiden saying, I agree on Josh Reed. Shelly got the worst decision I've ever seen in my life last time out. Also, Shanks is a good dog. Well, pull the trigger, folks. Hopefully, we can talk about it next week. Andrew's saying it's true, coming from a Romanian and being proud of my people. So I do some research. Good shit, my friend. Speaking of doing some research of your own culture and stuff, I went down a big rabbit hole last night on, first the Golden Temple and the Operation Blue Star, which was like the 1984. There's like Sikh extremists, as some people want to call them, holding themselves up in the Golden Temple, and the Indian Army came and like laid siege pretty much to our most holy place in the world. And then that lasted a couple of days. They killed the guys, and they had seized it. They seized the Golden Temple, and then a couple months later, I think maybe 4 months later, actually yesterday was the anniversary of it. 2 Sikh bodyguards assassinated the person they were defending, and the person they were or protecting was Indira Gandhi, the prime minister of India at that time. And it was kind of like a retaliation to the whole Golden Temple thing. And I know, like, I've always wanted to talk to my mom about it to kind of get her thoughts on it, because I know there's a lot of people saying, okay, maybe the guy that was holding up in the Golden Temple was a little bit too extremist. Like, I think he was pushing way too much. Why did he set up shop in there, trying to stay away from the government? And then there's other people that think that, oh, he was right in doing so. I kind of want to find out where she is in terms of that. And then they just went down the rabbit hole of like the gurus and like the lineage and all that craziness. So yeah, I love that stuff. I absolutely love that stuff. I want to get books on it. Like, I really want to learn the history of Sikhism. Like, I'm not a big devoted Sikh, right? Like, I shave my beard, I smoke weed, I drink, I do all this all these things that aren't likely, you know, gonna be seen well from a Sikhism standpoint. But I do have fascination with it. I do have a very big fascination with it. So maybe I'll drop some nuggets for you guys every now and then about this stuff. Andrew saying Romanov, Spivak, Negomirian, Kutalaba, all fun fighters. Yes, they are. Jake saying two dope CFFC's cards coming up early mid November 2. MMA ending the year hot. Yes. Don't forget there is a 3 week hiatus. Um, there's a 3 week hiatus after the December 17th card. So try not to kill each other. Andrew saying love that kind of history. I'm all over that stuff. Been looking into Taj Mahal lately. Crazy history there. Yes. That is some wild stuff there as well. Sean Bitter saying Justin Tafa versus Parker Porter just announced. Oh, really? You know I'm leaving Porter. You know I'm leaning Porter. If Jared Vandera can go out there and outstrike you, my guy Parker Porter could probably do the same thing. But obviously, odds dependent. I got to see what those are before I would pull the trigger. Oh shit, my guy Steven from Vegas. Shout out my guy. Look at his avatar there with Kamaru Usman. That's my guy. Always in the apex for every single event. When I went down there last August or August 2021, we got hooked up by a mutual friend, and this man picked me up from the hotel. We went to go get some In-N-Out burger, and then he dropped me to downtown Vegas where I wanted to go chill at Circle for a while, do my podcast from there. But Steven, good man. I can't wait to see him when I go back down to Vegas as well. Andrew's on Tafa. Moise Audio in the chat saying Gabriela Fernandez signed with the UFC. Cash machine, baby. Interesting. He's putting the dollar signs there. I haven't heard of her before. Let me quickly run a search on her. Gabriela Fernandez. Let's see. Nickname Gabby. She's 8-1. She's been killing the LFA scene whenever LFA goes down there. Her only loss is to Maria Silva, who I believe is she just lost on the contender series to that Dudakova chick. Shamara Braga, that's the chick. Is that the one? No, Kayla Braga. Yeah, that's the one that fucking Tamiris Vidal was getting whooped on by for a round and a half, and then ended up losing that fight. All right, I'll keep my eyes out for her, my friend. Does she have a matchup already scheduled, or is it kind of still up in the air? Andrew saying, got to know your history. Good on you. Love to hear it all. Yes, sir. Corey said, I got a big bet on Nate Maness from my Arnold Allen winnings. If he wins, cocaine and strippers. If he loses, it's Pornhub and natural ice. I don't know if Maness is going to get it, my friend, but good luck to you. Aiden Smo saying, if the Pascual fight goes ahead with everything going on with Vidal, Pascual by TKO at plus 600 seems very nice. I don't mind that. I'm kind of hoping decision, but then again, I also just have her played money line. That's all. Sean Bear saying Fernandez is really good. Damn. Coming from a high praise from guys that I very much respect in the space. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for her. Let's see if there are any other odds that were dropped that I can quickly speak on. We've talked PFL, we've talked 282. We've talked 281, sorry. Yeah, nothing else really sticking out here. Dustin Poirier minus 175 against Michael Chandler is not a bad, 1.75 units to win one bet or to win 1 unit bet. Andrew said, love the Dawson line this weekend. Should I be concerned? I'm so confident on this. I like it too, but I didn't go to the extent of making it like a lock of the night play or anything like that. He should win. He should win, but we should temper our expectations a tad. Shea Wei saying Jinyu Fry another dog. That fight can go either way, honestly. What I'm looking at actually now that the lines are actually out, I can probably get a better look here. Under 2.5 at plus 210, open plus 240. It's going to take some action before it opens up on other books, but I'll be having a play on that as long as it stays better than plus 150. I'm thinking we're going to get some chaos thanks to Poliana Vienna. I think she ends up getting the submission. What's her submission prop sitting at? Plus 350 on her submission prop. I think she pulls off the submission, but in case any other chaos goes down, I am going to back the under 2.5 instead. Other props that dropped actually that I haven't been able to look at. Let me just give me 1 second here, folks. Other props. So Pascual by decision. I was leaning. That's sitting at plus 225. Hadley by decision, and the over here is something I was looking forward to. Over 2.5 at minus 215. A little bit chalky. Hadley by decision, minus 125. Me no likey. What other ones here? Bautista inside the distance. What is that? Plus 155. I thought we would get better than that. Maverick inside the distance, and the under there is something that I'm intrigued by. Under 2.5 minus 110, opened up plus 185, immediate action, bringing it down to minus 110. And then Maverick inside the distance plus 120. Would still probably lean the under 2.5 there. Becca by decision plus 235. Ugh. How about Minner round one sub plus 550? That's an autoplay if you like Minner at all, right? Well, we don't need the Almeida fight anymore. Dawson by decision plus 115. Ulin Beckhoff by decision minus 105. Fuck. Sherman by KO. Let's see what that sits at. Plus 155. Good God. Magny by decision, we already talked about plus 120. And then Rodriguez inside the distance. That's what I'd be curious about. Rodriguez by decision plus 125. Oh, sorry. Rodriguez inside the distance plus 210. Not bad. Rodriguez round 4 plus 2,000. Rodriguez to round 5 plus 2,500. Might chop away at those round props as well. All right. Let's quickly get through these last couple questions, and then I'm going to get out of here. MMA Locker Room in the chat saying, what event do you see yourself going to in the future? If they do one in Toronto, I'll definitely be there. I don't know. I'm going to try to make it to a Vegas event. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this year, but I'm going to try to do one. Whether it's the Apex or the T-Mobile, don't really care. Andrew said, have you ever made a big hedge bet, like 2 locks and you flip on the third fighter? For instance, 2 locks, then you flip Alan Cater. I know someone that does this, but I don't know if it's profitable. I don't look to do that. You know what I mean? Like if I ever find myself in those positions, more often than not, I don't hedge. But if I were to, I mainly just do it enough so that I get the stake back of how much the original bet was. Sean Better saying, I think Delano Taylor at plus 140 is interesting. I don't rate C high at all. PFL, by the way. Yes. Sabadoo C. Corey saying, just rewatched Leonardo versus Dawson. He lost 14 minutes of that fight versus a 40-year-old Mark for the win. I think he's better than that, though. And saying the over in Munoz Ludwig seems like a nice parlay piece at minus 210. I don't mind that. MMA Locker Room saying Mooney's Jr. is overrated. I think he loses this weekend. I think I might be right there with you, my friend. Black M3 in the chat. Appreciate the love, my friend. Hope you have a fantastic day. Can't wait to rewatch this later. Love seeing you in here, my friend. Andrew saying Minner by sub, D-Rod by KO. Again, those spots don't intrigue me too much. Obviously, Minner by sub, that's probably the way that he wins. D-Rod by KO currently sits at plus 350. Probably his best path to victory. Moy saying Headley gets the finish, Southpaw versus Southpaw. Okay. I'm thinking it's just going to be a grapple fest, honestly. Shamir said Akhmedov and Bud at plus money don't seem too bad either for PFL. Yeah, I saw Julia Budd as a pretty big underdog to Aspen Ladd, which I don't completely understand, especially considering Aspen Ladd's recent form. So might have to take a shot there. Matt saying, isn't it crazy how shit the PFL does its marketing? That is true. That is so true. Bitter saying Maverick inside the distance. I like that too. Matt Bradbury saying any value on Tagir by knockout, extra cut for an 8-1S. Not a bad way of looking at it. I would probably say Tagir by sub, or at least just to cover both bases here, just Tagir inside the distance, which currently sits at plus 400, which is already a great line. But that's a good angle. I don't mind that angle. I don't know if I'm going to run with it myself, but you might have something there. But instead of knockout straight up, plus 400 on inside the distance, I think that's a great line in case he strangles him instead. Jorge Sandoval in the chat saying Maverick fight time on prize picks at 14.75, looking hard at that under. I would be too if I still had access to prize picks, my friend. All right. Appreciate everybody that came out for the chat as always. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. I probably won't be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be doing the Deadlock podcast with Clint on that channel. So make sure you guys hop on over there. 7:30 p.m. Eastern is when I'll be going live over there. Other than that, Thursday, propping you up. Friday, Ultimate Wayne Show. Saturday, Fight Day Live Chat. Saturday, fights. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Deadlock podcast.